Hey, how are you doing today? This is your message for November 28th through the 29th. It's a collective message, daily message. We've got monthlies coming out slowly. We've got 6 left to do. I'll try to get through that today. And we're going to use the Earth Woman Tarot for you today, the Lover's Oracle, and the Power to Surrender cards. Let's find out more about what's in the message for you today. It was an interesting pre-shuffle, fairly sassy, fairly sensual, but also at the same time realizing that everybody's got what I got. It's just a matter of how I show it and allow it to flow and allow it to feel comfortable in my own skin, kind of thing. Like, there's an authenticity. So, like, we all got our own human vessel. We all definitely dress differently. We all definitely act differently, behave differently, experience things differently, etc. But how you do it, that is different than from anybody else, and what makes you so special. And I love that. Now let's find out what's in your message today. For whatever reason, I feel like you're using what Mama gave you. Most important message for you today, November 28th through the 29th. Thank you. The Five of Pentacles come out to split the deck. Left out in the cold. Feeling broke. The last song I did listen to previous to your message was No Broke Boys, but the original version, not the remix version, and I watched the video, and then I was like, weird, interesting, I really thought about this. And there's a lot of interesting things that came up through watching that video, and it was like a lot to do with the awareness of ourselves based off of how our parents gave us that awareness and built upon it and allowed us to flourish in it. But because that person seen jealousy in everything and everyone around them, they don't want you to know and or see your strength, power, beauty. They don't want you to shine. So in this essence, I do feel like you're allowing yourself to shine regardless of what they think and or do. And I love that. What's this outcome? What's the outcome? We'll get there. We'll get there. What is the past energy? We got Two of Pentacles in reverse. Ace of Cups in reverse. The World card. Yeah. This is you setting the boundary. This is you saying, no, I realized just exactly how much damage this has done to me. I'm really not interested in participating. I'm not interested in lowering my value, myself. I'm not interested in playing their game. Like, this person set up the game. They're trying to make you play. You're not interested. It's just they don't want to face, because their ego is not allowing them. And that's completely fine. That's their own life lesson. You don't have to continue with this, and that's why I see with the World card, you're ending it, which is great. What is the current... Oh, the Emperor, current energy. Emperor, I love this. Knowing your worth, your value, you're not lowering yourself. If anything, you became bigger. You became the stronger person in the situation. This is... Instead of lowering yourself and playing the game, which they wanted you to do, it was a trap. You became the bigger person. Instead of yelling at them, you just went and told the authorities. Instead of trying to get back at them, you just went and told the authorities. Instead of succumbing and doing the same thing back to them, you already know that the karma's on the way to them, and you just told the authorities. Whoever is in control of that. We have the Three of Swords. It's in reverse. I love this. You're regaining yourself in this. Filling your own cup. You don't need them. The fact that they need other people, like, oh my gosh, the people who just have to talk on the phone to somebody and or someone that they cannot face their own thoughts, they cannot do their own reflection. They literally have to process verbally with another person because they don't want to do that alone. Like, when you encounter somebody like that, you encounter someone that is very weak and should not be in your inner circle. Because that's the weak point. And we always know everything breaks at the weak point. But you're stronger than that, and you're not going to let a weak point in. Very nice. Eight of Pentacles in reverse, you're acknowledging this is not working. It's not for me. They want to live in a crap-covered deck. They want to live in a fruit fly-infested kitchen. They want to live in... What else do they want to live in? They want to live in... the pity of others. Okay, so you're not succumbing to that. You're becoming bigger. You're realizing where they're at, and you're like, okay, yeah, got it. You're a child still, not interested. I understand that children have very low standards for themselves because they don't know any better. It's terrible. But once they do know better, they cringe at the thought of themselves looking back. And oh boy, I know they will. And that's fine. Let them. You don't have to care about how bad they already feel about themselves. That's on them. If they loved themselves, they would never put themselves into those situations. But you're not putting yourself into that situation. Ten of Cups, you're manifesting. You're creating. You're caretaking, in essence. You're building something with this Ten of Cups energy. Oh, it could be the masculine you're thinking of and you'd like to create family with that person. I just want to tell you not to rush into that. Because do you even know this person? Who are they? What do they like? What do they hate? When someone else triggers, how are they then triggered? A firecracker sparks many. I got the Chariots in reverse. And the Tower in reverse. Well, there's an acknowledgement here that it's just like coming to an end, that it's crashing down. The Ten of Cups energy is still keeping your goals, dreams in high regard. You would normally have accepted the least and or nothing. You would have accepted just tolerating it because it's not that bad. You would have just accepted allowing someone to just walk all over you because they don't respect you. They say they love you, which is weird if they don't respect you. Because if they could do that to you, just imagine what else they could do to you. It's a scary thought. It's almost like threatening. Like, what are you insinuating? And so I do feel that this is a little bit of a, well, it's not necessarily a wake-up call. It progressed in a way where you're like, understanding that setting a boundary and a limit, if they're not willing to accept and or respect that, that it is purposeful. And so you being who you are, strong, dedicated, very, very, with this Emperor energy, you're just really overseeing everything and taking care of your whole life. You're not broke. You're not dirty, dusty. You're not, how do I say this? Careless. But they are. And they are triggered by your grace, I guess, is best way I can package all that together. It's triggered by who you are. But it's not your fault if that's how you want to live your life. It's their fault for feeling that way about your life and caring about it. Why do they care so much? Why are they comparing themselves to you? Okay, so then what's the overall energy? Overall energy of this message is the Knight of Cups. There's an offer here. Someone's going to make an offer to you. I like this. This is going to be much better. The offer. Tell me more about this with the Knight of Cups. Thank you. Five of Pentacles in reverse. You are not alone. You are not the only one that has experienced something like this. With the Five of Pentacles in reverse, this is getting the support you need and having the solutions in place, which is aiding even further into your recovery. There is something here in terms of slow and or complete stop. You know, you can put it out into the world, feelers and everything like that, in terms of like, I want to create a good, happy community and a happy family and like chosen family. And it's like, you can't, how do I say this? Other people may not want that. Some people want competition. Some people want war. Some people want destruction. Some people want whatever it is, because their ego says that they must win. But when winning looks like what they think it looks like, you realize the two of you are not in alignment. What is the challenge in all this? Page of Cups. Young energy, I guess. The challenge could be seeing a vision of a different life. Four of Swords, taking time out for yourself. Okay. You know, I feel like your system has been on overdrive for the last little while, for quite a while actually. It's been really like you've been trying to regulate yourself, but you can't even regulate yourself, because when you regulate yourself, you're still fairly unregulated when you get down to regulation. So, this tells me that in order to find peace in this there's something with this Chariot in reverse in regards to like having it come to a complete stop. It's out of control. It's not working. What is the outcome of this message? It's unfair also. Eight of Wands in reverse. Complete stop. Literally, this is it. This is changing now. This is like, this is interesting. It's getting very strict. This is putting an end to it now. This is, it's very like, get to it. It's very like, chop chop. It's very like, going to get worse, but that's good. for you, but bad for them because they don't like that. That's okay. We always have to do things we don't like. Like, I do not want to mop the floor at work. And so what's amazing about this cool workplace is they hire people to do that. Yay! So all I have to do is the most important things I need to do all day, which is great. Love it. Which I really don't mind mopping at work. It's actually kind of fun. I dance around with it. And you gotta make the best of it. But if you can't, then you're living in a shadow. So I do feel like we're freeing you from that shadow and you're going to start living in light again. But I do feel a few things have to fall down first. It's not falling down to stay destroyed. It's falling in place. Okay? How do they feel about you? Oh, that's something is off the table. Friendship is off the table. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Peace. Can't call that friends. Friends don't do that to each other. What is the overall? How do they feel about you? Embrace. Through each other, you find the missing pieces. Yeah, through each other, you do find the missing pieces. When you're triggered, you understand what needs to be fixed within the self. So if they don't want to do their dishes, and they're triggered, and then they take my stuff and they put it on the ground, and I'm like, what? Like, just do your dishes. Like, now you're making my stuff dirty too. Just do your dishes. Like, I kind of am creating a standard. So, it's very interesting to see the passive aggression from jealous women. How do you feel about them? It's important right now to take a step back and spend some time alone. Instead of placing your focus on another, now is the time to give yourself. And life is a series of constantly shifting cycles. When we resist change, we resist the natural flow of life and create unnecessary stress. Go with the flow. You will be surprised where it leads. Now, I like that because sometimes giving up isn't giving in, nor is it losing. Because why spend so much energy on something so valueless just to stay in a shit situation? They find so much value out of you because you're almost entertainment to them. And I feel like you're going to be releasing that. What is the message from the Tower of Serenity card? You got Serenity or Intuition. You know. You know what's right. You know what's wrong. You know the difference. You know what works and what doesn't work for you. You know what's going to make things worse. You know what's going to trigger. So when you listen to your intuition, you understand that you're onto something and that you're not going to be silenced. You know your truth, you know your worth, you know your value, you know what you put into things. You're not going to settle for someone who's low grade and low class because you don't hang around with pigeons when you're an eagle. You're not afraid of flying solo. You can still fly higher than the rest. Your vision is so clear that you almost become a predator to them, and they don't like that because they know that everybody's got their eye on you and they're just something basic. And that's okay. We can continue on, and I feel like as we get into the monthly readings, we'll see how this continues to play out, or if it does at all. Thank you so much for joining me here. This is your message. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus placements may have shown up here. We do have Aries energy, Scorpio, Leo, Taurus, Aquarius, Cancer energy, Libra, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Okay, that's your message for today. Love you tons.